What do you do to try to prevent future injuries?
One piece of advice I would give them is just don't give up. You know, you can go through tough times, but as long as you keep going, you're always going to get out of it. And one way that I try to prevent injury is doing prehab every single day on any part of my body, just to make myself 1% better every day.
Last year, you just came up short of spine injuries. You almost had 1,000 yards this year. So is that going to be obviously one of your top goals, or is there more to it than just that?
I'll say there's more to it than just that, but yeah, definitely breaking 1,000 is one of my goals. But one of my big goals is just to pour out my everything I have for my teammates, and just to encourage them. This being my last year, I just want to leave a mark on my teammates and on the university.
My last question for you. I know ETN is busy with the offseason and everything, but has he reached out to you? Has Shipley reached out to you? Who have you talked to from Castellano?
I've talked to ETN for sure. I've talked to him, had a couple conversations with him. Wayne Gallman, as I said, he went to my high school. I was able to talk to him. He was at some of our games. He was at the spring game. Had good conversations with him. And Shipley, he was my roommate, so I spent so much time with him. I was just down training with him a couple weeks ago, and he's doing great. It's awesome to have those connections.
What advice have they given you?
Just to have fun this year. This being my last year, have fun, and just leave it all out on the field.
Have you imparted that wisdom to some of the younger running backs in the room?
Can you repeat that, please?
Have you imparted some of that wisdom that you learned from the older Clemson running backs to the younger running backs in the room for Clemson?
Yeah, I just try to uphold the standard. There's a standard in the running back room. Coach Spiller being there, being like the OG of the room, he sets that standard. I just relay it to everyone else, and that's just my job.
You mentioned the offensive line earlier in the main room. How have they looked in the spring and entering the summer practices?
Oh, they looked amazing, honestly. Matt Luke coming in here and just changing our O-line. He's a great coach. Just having 4 starters back and having guys that have started the games all back has been amazing. Having Ryan Lippa come in there at center this year has been great. And I just see a more mature offensive line, guys that know what to do, know what to expect, and I'm just really excited to see what they're going to do this year.
Phil, you talked about how Cage changed from a leadership standpoint this summer. Can you give us some examples of what you've seen from him?
Just being able to be vocal out there mainly. He's been really vocal, especially with the offensive guys, just telling us what he expects, how he feels as a quarterback, and he's just done a great job. Extra meetings, just doing the extra things so that we can be a better offense.
Dabo mentioned sometime last week, I think his phrase was, Phil could have been drafted last year. I know that was a process that you went through thinking about, do I want to enter or not enter? Like, how much did you consider entering? Was it like a 50-50, 70-30? How did that kind of go in the offseason for you?
I was considering it, but I always knew deep down in my heart that I wanted one more year here. It was really important to me to graduate. I got to do that in May, so that was one of my goals. And just to be able to leave my mark here is something I really wanted to do.
You talk about working with Shipley and how he's your roommate, and even at the end, what lessons did you learn from them now that you're like the guy that you're going to take forward and make you a better player?
I learned a lot of stuff from Ship. He's got a lot of wisdom. He's one of the smartest dudes I know. He's had a 4.0 his whole time at Clemson. That's hard to do. And being the starting running back, having all those expectations on you, he's one of one for sure. And, he's taught me many things with us living together. Just hard work, us just getting to feed off each other. I'm definitely glad God brought both of us to Clemson to make each other better.
Who's that guy on your guys' defense that just brings out the best in every rep for you?
On our defense, I would say Barrett Carter, honestly, because we grew up playing football together in the same county. His team and my team played since we were young, so just having him on the other side of the ball to challenge me, it's always a great opportunity every day at practice.
Appreciate it.
Well, Dabo's always, I guess, maybe you say, buck the trend, or he's kind of sticking with high school kids, recruiting that way, not bringing in a lot of transfers and all that stuff, where everybody seems to be going to that. Do you like that about him, or do you think that Clemson needs to bring him up?
I honestly do like that, just because the way that he breaks it down to us is like if he brought in a transfer, it would be taking a guy on our staff's position, and that's what he recruited us for. He recruited us to play here at Clemson, so he's loyal to his guys. So that's one thing I love about Coach Sweeney. He's loyal to his guys, believes in what he believes in, and I feel like not going into the transfer portal has allowed our team to get closer. Not many people leave Clemson, so it'd be hard to even go get someone, So it just allows, it's just another opportunity for our team to get closer and grow stronger together.
Do you think that will help in recruiting high school kids down the road too, knowing that there's that stability, that loyalty?
Oh yeah, for sure. Just knowing that Clemson isn't like other places. We take academics seriously, we take football serious. It's just a different vibe in the air, and I feel like that's really what attracts recruits.
Phil, a lot of Clemson fans get to see what life would be like with you as the lead back in the back end of the season. Just now that it is sort of your responsibility to carry us, what have you been trying to do this offseason to ensure that trend continues to be successful?
Really just take the most out of every day, just not let a day pass and feel like I didn't do what I could have done to be great that day. Just taking my prehab seriously, taking the way I eat seriously, just trying to level up in different aspects in life, just find ways to grow in things that I feel like I need growth in.
With Cade Klubnik